Welcome to Maranatha Christian Academy in Brooklyn Park for a great boys basketball matchup. Two of the best teams in Class 2A meet tonight. It's Holy Family and Maranatha going head-to-head. Hi, I'm Jay Wilcox along with Greg Miller. And boy, fair to say this might be a playoff preview. Greg, both of these teams are in Section 5, just a couple weeks away from the playoffs, and two great teams getting ready to go head-to-head.
Definitely, and they both play the same style. They both love to run. Talked to both coaches, and that was the first thing they said. But a little bit different in how they do it. You're going to see a 3-2 zone from Holy Family trying to protect the paint. And you're going to see a lot of pressure, full court, man-to-man from Maranatha.
Unfortunately, Maranatha has a couple of their key players injured. They think they'll get one of them back, but probably not the other. So not quite at full strength for this one, but they still have a lot of depth and they can get after you, and they still like their chances in this.
People I've talked to said they have a lot of interchangeable parts, and they just come at you in waves, and they play really, really hard. So it's definitely, they're going to be competitive, but yeah, missing two players like that in a game like this is going to be a challenge for them.
Let's talk about key players to look at in tonight's game, starting with Holy Family, and it's quite a rarity. They have two 6'11" starters. One of them, Bowden Kapke, is one of the better big guys around the state.
And he's more of an inside guy. He likes to mix it up down low, can finish. And then the other man, he likes to shoot from the outside, and so they complement each other.
Kapke is a Mr. Basketball finalist and headed to Butler. And for Maranatha, one of their guys that will be counted on maybe a little bit more than normal even too, Bailey McDonald can really get it done.
Yeah, and Bailey's been well schooled, obviously, with his dad Ariel, and you know he's got a lot of skill. He can score the ball, and coach said he's really been playing great lately.
Both teams are 20-2 coming in. Minneapolis North is in their section as well, defending section champion, and they are actually ranked number 1 in the QRF ranking. So, wow, that's going to be a heck of a tournament. But tonight's game certainly could indicate who might be the top seed, or at least right in the mix for it.
Yeah, it should be a great game today. It's like the playoffs in February, really a test. You know, I can see this both ways. Sometimes you don't want to see the team in the regular season because it really doesn't mean that much, and it might give incentive to the team who loses, but you also get a lot of read on the other team when you get to play them again. More than anything, it's just a great atmosphere. It's fun for them to play each other, and I like when coaches do that.
All right, snowstorm is coming, but they're getting this one in here tonight. Holy Family and Maranatha, ranked number 1 and number 3 in boys basketball in Class 2A. It's up next.
CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is now available on Roku and Apple TV. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You'll also have access to a large on-demand library, including daily newscasts and full sporting events. To find the app, go to the store and search CCX and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. Now available on Roku and Apple TV.
And we are underway as Holy Family wins the tip, not too surprisingly with that size advantage, and they'll have first possession here. They look inside to Kapke.
Swarming defense.
Almost had the turnover, but they get it back.
And Maranatha's going to have to double in the post. They've done it twice, and they got turnovers twice.
And a drive to the hoop and a bucket for Drew Ballantyne.
Here comes full court pressure.
Kapke comes to meet that one and got the better of that little collision there too. Down low, here is the other big guy as Colin Mulholland will lay it in here for Fire.
Holy Family's going to look to attack the press and get layups like they just did there.
McDonald, a floater right up and over Kapke, and it's good.
Turnover there. Holy Family looks a little rattled. 3 turnovers in the first 1 minute.
Grayson Rennie inbounding here for the Mustangs. Got it out of the double as you look at the starting lineups here, and we get a First foul called there. It's going to go against Holy Family's Cole Hansen, their point guard who actually followed Coach Joe Berger from Edina here to Holy Family. It's been interesting. Joe was the head coach for 3 years at Holy Family, then took the Edina job, and then came back this year to Holy Family.
And he's one of the best coaches in Minnesota, so they got lucky to get him.
Turnaround try no good. The follow-up won't go as Kapke grabs the miss.
Hard to rebound all that zone sometimes.
Hansen drives and dishes, and then they'll come back up top. Kapke shooting up a three. No good there, and the rebound gathered by Matthew Bluford.
Both teams like to play fast, as we said in the pregame.
Mulholland blocking that one as Bluford took it to the rim.
You can tell Maranatha being 20-2 is definitely not going to be intimidated by the size of Holy Family. They're coming right at him.
McDonald shooting up a three, and he hits. Bailey McDonald's second bucket, 7-2 Maranatha. Mulholland, little half hook, no. Kapke's tip wouldn't drop. Rebound by Purnell.
This is exactly how Maranatha wanted the game to start. Pressure D, creating turnovers, and getting the ball in the move.
Here's this 3-2 zone Holy Family will be using quite a bit of tonight. Three put up there, one fall for Purnell, but, and then a layup missed there as Rennie, I think, was caught off guard by just how open he was there and spun it off.
Coach called Rennie his little big man. He's small, but he's strong, and he's a good offensive rebounder.
Foul call went against McDonald of Maranatha. Double comes, Hansen almost threw it away. Ahead and Kapke for the hammer.
It's feast or famine right now against this press.
7-4 lead now for Maranatha. There's going to be a travel call there as Ballantyne was being pressured a little bit, and he tried to fight his way out of the double team, but ended up shuffling his feet.
At 1-2-2 press, you can trap out of it a little bit, and that's what they did there. Or not press, but their 1-2-2 half-court defense.
Hansen being hounded there.
Great ball pressure by MCA.
Hansen weaving his way in and scores with the left hand. He's a point guard who can score it.
Great hesitation move on the pick and roll. They love the ball screen quite a bit.
Down to the baseline, and then a nice little dish out, but it won't drop for Bluford.
That was great zone offense right there. They did everything right. Two trees down there kind of altered the shot.
Gonna have a foul. Let's see if it'll be. Yeah, it will be against Maranatha. I thought they might call Hansen for a hook there. Bluford, though, will be called for bumping him. Hansen kind of used that offhand a little bit. There's Joe Berger, the Holy Family head coach. First season, but kind of with an asterisk, as we said, as he had been there before. A knock away by McDonald. He'll go to the reverse and lays it in.
I know both teams like to play fast, but it's definitely what MCA wants to do, and they're doing it well to start the game.
9-6 Mustangs lead. Hansen getting it over, an open look, but won't drop there for Richardson.
That's a nice thing to have. You shoot a three, and you got a 6'10" guy there getting the rebound and putting it in. There's holes in the middle of this zone. They've exploited that a couple times. Right there.
McDonald from the wing, and it is good, and he is on fire early with 10 quick points.
I know MCA as a team is not known for their three-point shooting as being their number one strength, but McDonald is really stroking the ball well.
Mulholland fouled as he tries to take it up there. And Ballantyne will pick this one up as they swung it side to side, and then Mulholland kind of cutting down the edge of the lane.
Yeah, Holy Family knows where their bread is buttered too. They're getting the ball inside.
Timeout taken by Holy Family. I was asking the coaches, do you feel this is for the number one seed? And they couldn't. It's hard to say for sure because North's record is not nearly as good as either of these teams. However, they've played such a variety of opponents, and so that you have to figure.
They both have some really good wins. I know Maranatha beat New Life Academy twice, and also Maple River, who's one of the best teams. Holy Family's played a tough schedule. They played Park Center recently, and they beat like four A teams this year too.
Well, Holland to the free throw line here for Holy Family. There's that free throw. First free throws we've had actually in the game so far, which is a little bit surprising with this up and down, up tempo we've been.
He's got a nice stroke, left. Yeah. And he's going to Chattanooga, play Division I basketball.
Makes a pair, so now the Fire within 2.
This 1-2-2 can kind of slow an opponent down. It's not super aggressive, but they can afford to be a little bit aggressive because they got the big man underneath. Overload that zone for a corner.
No good. Knocked away from Capke, though, as McDonald kept it alive. And then bucket plus the foul as Capke not only couldn't secure the rebound, he ends up committing a foul.
I think that's the 4th or 5th offensive rebound for MCA. And that's one of the best ways to beat a zone, is go to the glass hard.
See the foul there as he got his body into Valentine, who makes the free throw as well to complete the three-point play. 5-point Maranatha lead.
That's what you want to do against a shot blocker. Get your body into him. Extend your arm.
They keep it moving, no good. Capke keeps it alive, though, after Hansen's miss. Hansen will fire again, this time from the corner, and that one's good for 3.
Oh, he can really fire. He had 44 points a few weeks ago against Minneapolis.
2-point lead now for the Mustangs. Back up top here to Ballantyne.
I like how they get that ball into the middle there. Thought McDonald could have been aggressive there.
Yeah, I don't think he realized he had as much room as he did.
Yeah, a lot of times that's a catch and shoot. Or at least attack, but it's hard to attack. You get the 2 bigs down there. Got to kind of make some of those floaters, medium range jumpers.
And looks like they're going to call an over and back against Maranatha there. Now, the question is obviously the ball was tipped at some point, but still, if you're the team that still brought it back, and their coach Bryant right now is kind of pleading his case there, saying that that ball was knocked into the backcourt by Holy Family, but
see the replay. So if they never got possession and then it hits MCA again, then that's the correct call. It doesn't matter if you deflect it if they hit it last, but I couldn't really tell if they did or not. Good ball pressure.
Ooh, just got it out of there. Capke will shoot up a 3, and that one then crawls over the backboard, and that's out of play. Mustangs ball here.
You know, it's always a difficult thing coaching a Division I big who likes to shoot threes when you know that if he goes down low, that's where he's going to be most effective against a team like this. You don't want him to not play his game. You want him to shoot some threes, but they're going to need him down low to win this game.
Burnell with the sweet reverse around Capke. 4-point lead now for Maranatha. Capke attacking, scores, plus the foul. And he must have heard you there, Greg.
Yeah, that's a great move. You know, a little bully ball down there and use your size. Sometimes players will try to take a charge on that. But yeah, that was a really strong move.
Rennie will pick up the foul. See, there's Isaiah Bluford coming in for Maranatha, and Holy Family subbed in Paul Dorr, only 6'4", so a little smaller than.
Coach Bryant said that Bluefords are the glue guys for this team. Really hustle, they got good quickness, been around the game. Coach said he's really been trying to develop depth all season and have every player have like a starter's mentality so that they're ready to step up if they need to.
Mulholland rebounds that miss. Hansen leading the break. And the layup is good by Braylon Cummings. Well, and the fact that these teams have had some blowout wins, you get to have more guys play meaningful minutes in those kind of games too.
Yeah, if you look at their schedule and the scores, I mean, many 30-point wins for both teams. This is good for them to play a team at their level for both teams.
And the drive into traffic, going to be a blocking foul there. As I'm not sure Cummings really knew where he was trying to go there, but it did look like he was bumped. So we'll get the foul call going against Isaiah Bluford, it looks like.
Sometimes when you get that pressure, you just got to go hard against it and try to get to the rim if you can. But they also want to speed you up and make you make mistakes. So I like how MCA is playing. They got a good strategy, really pressuring. That's the only way they can survive in this game with the size differential.
Hansen to the baseline, floating it up there, no good, and rebound grab by Rennie. McDonald chased back out of there. Good decision as he was in a lot of traffic. Toli Legacy in there, number 11 with the ball.
A lot of nice fakes, a lot of nice cuts.
Oh, McDonald the miss, but the putback is good there for Matthew Bluford.
Holy Family looks like sometimes they think the bigs are going to get all the rebounds. They have to gang rebound better. That's something that you can learn from a game like this too when you play a team that really can offensive rebound. When you get to, if you want to get to the state tournament and win the thing, you're going to have to rebound out of that zone.
Knocked away there and taken from Cummings. Here come the Mustangs with Matthew Bluford. Oh, it deflected, it gets back to him. Long three put up and missed by Rennie. Well, and I'm sure you've been in this spot before over your coaching career, Greg. Do you save anything or not show anything against a team that you think it's pretty likely you'll play again in the playoffs?
For sure. Yeah, you want to be, really vanilla, if you will, I think. I mean, it depends on your style, too. Maranatha, their style is just to get in your face and play hard defense and create turnovers, and so that's not going to change. But any wrinkles or anything like that, yeah, you definitely don't want to show.
In and out there for Isaiah Bluford after the three at the other end gave Holy Family the lead 2019 as Cummings knocked it down.
But there are some, like Coach Oxen in Lakeville, he'll save out-of-bounds plays till the state championship game even. When you're getting to state every year like they are, so it probably depends on the experience of the program in that too.
Well, Holland, a nice baseline move, and Maranatha is going to use the timeout as Holy Family has their turn for a little surge, and they go in front by 3.
Yeah, when Holy Family can handle the pressure, they're getting good looks and they're getting the ball inside, getting some easy shots. I still like how MCA is playing. It's very good strategy, as I said before, and that's what they do. They get up in you and make you make mistakes. So here comes the double team, but he kind of hooked him and got baseline. You got help coming from down low, so you can't let him get baseline on you. I don't know if he used his arm to hook or not. If he did, that's illegal. It's close. But definitely you don't want to give up baseline there when you got that double coming.
So their last regular season meeting was a year ago, and Holy Family won that one. They did not have nearly as good of, they were about 500 team last year. Maranatha made it to the section final. That was the good news. The bad news is Minneapolis North took it to them pretty good.
Coach McKenzie's last season.
And those three, boy, that's a heck of a threesome atop a section in 2A, huh?
It sure is. It's like a mini state tournament.
And Hansen able to come up with the steal for the Fire.
Hansen's got good quickness, quick hands, just, really nice point guard.
He's going to stop and fire, and he knocks it down. Wow.
No hesitation, he fires it.
6-point lead now for Holy Family, their biggest.
A great combination having him and the two bigs. And then, the other guys are role players.
Going to get a blocking foul there on Evan Finley Grice. The junior is in there in the backcourt now for Holy Family. Richardson will come back in. at that last stop and pop by Hansen.
He stuck his left foot out over the three-point line and then pulled it back like he's practiced that quite a bit.
And actually, Maranatha probably is, wants people to take shots like that, but sometimes they go in too.
Yeah. Holy Family's a pretty good three-point shooting team.
And there is Ballantyne burying one from deep, and it's a three-point game. Kapke coming to get it at the high post. And we're going to have a foul call. Maranatha wanted to travel, but they'll rule that he was tripped up.
Yeah, that's a good double team. If he fouled him, but that's, again, what they're going to have to do with these bigs. And he played bully ball last time. You can't let him just go down the lane. You got to bring two people to him.
Holland will keep it swinging, and they look to the corner now, trying to lob to Kapke over his head.
Great weak side defense there by Legacy.
Spin move here, and a little quick one-hander from Purnell. Got it up quick. Kind of kept the shot blocker off balance. Not sure when that shot was going to come, but then Mulholland answers with a layup at the other end.
I like that MCA is not intimidating the lane at all. They know they can do their little floaters and take it at these guys.
Yeah, and I'm sure over the years, you get used to playing, maybe not 6'11", but you get used to playing against guys who are a lot bigger than you, and you develop those kind of shots. And you're right, it does not look like they're intimidated in the least.
I like how they keep putting different people in the middle of the zone too. Just keep flashing them.
And an offensive foul, it looks like they're on Purnell.
That seems like a tough call to me, but bang, bang.
Kind of had the arm out a little bit, it looks like, right? Yeah.
I didn't think he was squared up, really.
No, that's a tough one. Hansen, drive and dish. Kapke scores, plus the foul as he got there too late and kind of undercut him. That's one where you maybe say we're better off conceding that hoop at that point.
Yeah, if he gets it down there, it's going to be a bucket. You just try to wall up the best you can without trying to block it at all. Or get it down low if he ever brings it low.
Purnell called for his second foul. Fouls are 9-3 now. Maranatha's committed 9. Kapke gets the free throw to go. Back
Yeah,
to a
they're aggressive,
lead.
yeah, and they got those bigs too that they draw a lot of fouls.
McDonald, who had a red-hot start, has quieted a little bit. Legacy to the corner now. Bailey McDonald will step into that three, but it's off. Battle for the rebound, kept alive, and Maranatha gets it back. And another little quick release one-hander by Purnell. He's got some nice action in the lane on a couple of those shots, getting them up quick.
And that's not an easy shot, but they're going to the middle of that zone really well.
And we're going to get an over the back on Kapke, and the Maranatha fans and bench love that. They blocked out the 6'11" senior and called for an over the back. That's his second foul.
6 minutes left in the half. A lot of teams sub when one of your better guys gets 2 fouls. A lot of coaches nowadays, they like to leave him in. They're going to need him in to win games like this in the section, so it's good practice for him to see if he can not get his third foul.
Kapke grabs that rebound ahead for Cummings. And then a drive and finish. Nice move in traffic by Richardson. So all 5 Holy Family starters have now scored, and they're back up by 6. And McDonald finishing that one nicely.
You can take it at Kapke more now that he's got 2 fouls as well. That was a smart play.
Richardson will inbound in the backcourt. Holy Family by 2. Holy Family's ranked number 1, Maranatha number 3. Mulholland flashing, and he was fouled there as Pierce Holmgren is coming off the bench and kind of just had to take that foul there. He wasn't going to be able to match up too well if that catch was made.
Yeah, if you foul early, that's better. And you're a guy who comes in off the bench. That's not a bad play. Make him earn it because he was going to get a bucket.
10th foul though, so 2 free throws here. Mulholland hits the first. Holy Family's been pretty good at the line so far, 4 out of 5, as you see Rennie back in for Maranatha. And Mulholland has had a good start to this game with 10 points.
Like how they kicked that ball up the sideline off the free throw.
Holmgren stepping in, missed it. Rennie up for the rebound. And Mulholland blocked that one. Holmgren keeps after it though.
I've seen Coach Berger's teams play a lot, and I know he's a really good coach. It's my first time seeing Coach Bryant, one of his teams, and I really like a lot of things they're doing. They screen the zone, they flash people through the middle, they're real patient.
Turnaround there won't go for Purnell. Hansen driving it and will shoot free throws. Holmgren, I think, will be called for the foul.
Hansen's ultra aggressive. I like how he plays. He's very confident. Can score at for sure threes and drives.
Actually, that foul is going to go against Ballantyne instead.
Ooh.
And that will be his third.
He must have reached in and we couldn't see that.
Yeah, the last contact was with Holmgren for sure, but I think maybe the foul had already been whistled by that point.
Yeah, that's a tough break for MCA.
Luford coming back in again. Detrell McCrimmon, their point guard, and Nick Anderson, 6'6" wing, they're both out injured for Maranatha, and they do expect that they'll be getting McCrimmon back fairly soon, but he's not probably as good for Anderson. Sounds like he probably won't be able to play the rest of the year.
Tough loss losing a big guy like that, one of their only bigs, but they do have a lot of depth, a lot of interchangeable parts like we talked about in the pregame.
8-point lead now for Holy Family, their biggest.
They have no problem penetrating the zone and getting good looks.
There's McDonald knocking down a three again, his third three, and overall his 6th basket of his first half, and there's a turnover. It's a pretty small gym, and it gets loud in here. It's not a lot of people would think of Maranatha when you talk about the pits that you don't want to go into, but it can be pretty intimidating in here.
Definitely. We took an Armstrong team in here one time, and a long time ago when Coach Wall was here, and it was a really good game. And it was definitely not an easy place to play.
Purnell saving that one off of Kapke, but it'll stay with Maranatha. They're back within 5. Hey, left wide open there was Purnell, but he missed it.
Well, the fans have got to tighten up some of that middle stuff, I think. I mean, I know those aren't the easiest shots to make, but they're getting wide open looks in there.
Into Mulholland, and he gets his 4th basket of this half. 7-point lead for the Fire. Ooh, and then a little careless in the backcourt. They almost turn it over, bat it around, and finally they come up with it and ahead to Kapke, but he had to save it in off of Maranatha.
Hansen with those really quick hands, and he can move his feet too. That's one thing when you play that 3-2 zone, you can beat the top guy. You can be really aggressive because you have 2 people behind you at all times.
Timeout taken by Coach Bryant on the Maranatha side there. They got a little careless there. That's the thing. Sometimes you're thinking so much about what pressure we're putting on them, and then when it comes back at you a little bit, maybe you weren't quite as ready, and that's what it looked like there.
Holy Family hasn't been really pressuring out of that, like you say. They've been kind of, backing up. He just kind of went and took them one-on-one. Usually you want to have, and then they've been doing this. You got to have 2 guards, and you just move it back and forth, and don't let one guy just get all over you. So, he just got a little sloppy there, Grayson. And then Hansen sensed that. He was off balance, so smart play by Kapka just to throw it off his leg. I mean, this game is strange to me, the score. Like, Holy Family, they get so many easy 2-foot buckets. it seems like MCA is making some really good basketball plays, and every time I look at the score, they're down by like 6, but it seems like it's tied or something. But, you know, that's just when you have the advantage of getting really easy looks like that, and, you know, there's nothing that can really replace that in hoops.
At 12 from Mulholland, and Kapke with 9 already. So 21 of their 38 have come from their big guys inside. Kapke grabbing the offensive rebound, and they'll get another opportunity. Tried to go into Mulholland, but taken by Purnell.
Great weak side D by Purnell. MCA is really well schooled in defense. You know, they're really playing good off the ball defense as well as on the ball.
Stepping in and nailing the jumper, Matthew Bluford, his second bucket. It's a 5-point game.
Nice little jumper there. And that's the shots that they're getting. They're not the easiest shots. You don't see a lot of those kind of mid-range shots in basketball anymore.
Illegal screen going to be called here. Little moving pick. They'll get Mulholland for that foul.
You got to really teach your bigs, and I know Coach Berger does. You got to be stationary. You don't want cheap fouls in that situation. Get a couple of those, and you get a couple other fouls, and next thing you know, you're on the bench.
Holmgren down the baseline, lost it. Oh, Holy Family thought it was just out off Holmgren.
Holy Family got lucky there wasn't another foul right there on the baseline.
Stepping through the D, and no good as Kapke rebounds the miss from Purnell. Hansen driving dish, and the open 3 nailed by Richardson.
I believe that's the second three-pointer. He's got a real nice shot. What was his first one?
8-point lead here for Holy Family on the road against Maranatha. Rennie stepping in and out. A lot of those were falling earlier. Now it's been a little more hit or miss.
I think that's part of the strategy of playing a zone like that. You're going to give up something. That's a shot that is not easy to make. So they're just playing the percentages, I think.
They throw a double at Hansen.
Definitely hooked him there.
Yeah.
He's done that a couple times.
Knocked loose. Hansen will get it back. Then McDonald knocked it loose from him. I think we have a timeout called, though.
If I'm a coach in the playoffs, I'm actually going to plant that seed early with reps if I'm scouting and I see that he does that hook, because you get a couple cheap fouls on him. If he's not in the game, that really would hurt Holy Family. It's not a good habit. He's got to break that habit as we get into the playoffs.
A little under 2 minutes to play here in this first half, and Holy Family leading at 41-33.
But Cole Hansen is an excellent player. It's fun to watch. I've never seen him play. I know he played at Edina last year, and my good friend John Bryant's coaching over there at Edina and doing a real nice job. I'm sure he would have loved to have Cole, but Cole here is fitting in perfectly with this team.
So it will be Holy Family basketball out of the timeout. It was no foul. It was a timeout granted. We're not in the most ideal situation in terms of seeing the court. So if we're a little late a few times or maybe miss something, that might be why. We're right in the corner by the Holy Family bench.
Good ball pressure. There's that size disadvantage right there.
Into Kapke, and he lays it in. Boy, when you keep the ball moving side to side, it gets tough to get all the way around. And that's what they're hoping for, to get the defense stretched out.
And it was a real nice lob pass where he threw it where the weak side defense couldn't get it either. But you're right, move that ball side to side. It's hard to get weak side help.
McDonald no good. Mulholland the rebound. Holy Family's up 10 and looking to stretch it. Here's the lob, and Kapke, the hammer.
Beautiful.
Hansen put it right on the money.
Beautiful outlet pass. Beautiful crossover. Got his head up and threw an awesome lob pass. Kapke knew what to do with it, hammered it home.
Rennie with an air ball. Mulholland reached for it, but it looks like he didn't hit it. It'll be Holy Family ball, so momentum certainly with Holy Family at the moment.
MCA's still got to be patient. You can't get it all back right away. I like what they were doing early with a lot of pressure. That was a thing of beauty, that fast break.
Boy, and especially with how much pressure they were putting on Hansen, for him to be able to not only see him but thread the needle like that was pretty nice.
You could tell he's put a lot of skill work in. He's not intimidated by the pressure at all. He's got great handle. He can go right or left, and he's a willing passer too. Coach Berger told me he's really good on the pick and roll. We haven't seen a lot of that today because there's a lot of more fast breaks because of the pressure. But in the half court, they like to run that pick and roll offense, and he's really good at. And not only just finding that, but finding the weak side offensive players a lot.
The good news for Maranatha is, a high-paced game with a lot of points. Yeah, you're not loving being down 12 right now, but they can make that kind of deficit up with there's still a whole half to go. Important for them right now, I think, to just kind of
keep your head up,
slate clean, and yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I noticed a little bit of body language of deflated on that last possession. They got to stay strong because, like you say, in a high possession game like this is like a 6-point lead in a slow possession game. Both teams are going to go on runs, so you just got to keep trying to force the pressure. Maybe get Holy Family in some foul trouble too would be big. Didn't see what happened to McDonald away from the ball. I was watching the ball.
Yeah, let's see. We may have a double foul call here, perhaps. No, maybe not. Oh yes, it is a double foul. There's Ariel McDonald, Bailey's dad, and our colleague here on CCX, former coach here as well. And it looks like they've called a foul on each player.
Who was the other player?
Yeah, I don't know for sure. Hard to read the signal.
Well, they didn't call any foul. They said incidental contact.
I thought
be careful. There might be a technical foul coming here.
I thought they called one on each. I thought the signal that we saw was for double foul. You can see it down low. Holland and McDonald
They got their arms hooked. That's like a hook and hold. Yeah. To me, it looked like McDonald hooked his arm, trying to keep his arm down. It's hard to say who's hooking who on that.
Inside, Mulholland flipping it up. No, but it's kept alive. We'll get another crack at it. Hansen the crossover, now gets the handoff back. Down low to Mulholland, knocked away.
Really nice pass, but better defense, good hands.
25 seconds and counting as Maranatha has had a little bit of a cold streak here. They're down 12, but they would like to go into the half of the hoop.
They have it at 10 at half, and no, you just didn't have the best end of the half. You can come back strong in the second half. Good look.
Turnaround won't drop. Kapke had it knocked loose. Big scramble, and we'll reach halftime here with Holy Family holding a 45-33 lead here at halftime of this one. Two of the best in Class 2A going head-to-head here at Maranatha. Thanks for joining us for High School Hoops on CCX Sports. We'll be back with first half highlights and more basketball here on CCX. Welcome back. A 12-point halftime lead on the road here for top-ranked Holy Family here in this Class 2A power matchup. Number 3 Maranatha, I thought started out pretty well, but down the stretch of the half, things definitely tilted toward Holy Family as we look at first half highlights from this game. A lot of offense as we expected to see here, and Bailey McDonald in with the floater. He has been good as advertised here, already topped his scoring average. There is a block by Mulholland. McDonald, though, hitting from the top of the key. Kapke, a couple of big jams for him in this first half. And Mulholland has hurt them some too, although this time they get the takeaway. And McDonald did a good job using the rim for protection there, went with the reverse layup and then a nice finish. That was one of the 2 fouls that Kapke committed as a nice finish by Ballantyne, and get the layup there for Purnell. But Holy Family gets out after the steal here. Hansen coming back hard, and then he stops and lets it rip. And nails that 3-pointer for Fire. And then the driving dish, and Richardson was spotted up for 3. Hansen with the lob. That was probably the play of the first half overall right there on the lob to Kapke, dunking it for Holy Family. As you see, their 2 big guys are combined for 25. The point guard Hansen at 10. McDonald's been very solid at 15. Ballantyne 8, and Purnell with 6 points for Maranatha. Ballantyne did pick up 3 fouls in that first half as well. A few other guys, key players for both teams, ended up with 2. So we'll come back with our second half of basketball in just a moment here. A key late season matchup. These teams are both in Section 5 of 2A, and the winner will have a leg up toward getting the higher seed, obviously, for that tournament. We'll be right back here to Maranatha and Brooklyn Park in just a moment.
I'm a first-generation Filipino American. You don't always feel you're a part of the country you live in. It's this weird middle space sometimes that you have to live inside of. But when you meet others that are also living in that space, you'll learn to know that it's its own unique space too.
Welcome back here to Maranatha as the Mustangs and Coach Urban Bryant trailing it by 12 here at halftime against Holy Family. Again, a great matchup among 2 of the best. And I was talking to Coach Bryant, he's new to the Minnesota basketball scene, so I was asking about the seeding and things, and he said, well, I'm still kind of getting used to how they do things in terms of that. So he said, you know, either way, we're probably going to have to, one or the other, we're going to have to get through anyway. So
true, and every section does it differently. Some do QRF, some vote.
Here's McDonald with a little floater as he starts the second half the way he began the first.
He seems to be skilled at that shot, so maybe we're going to try to get him specifically to get that one.
Richardson an open look, and he buries a 3.
Both teams have 4 3-pointers in the first half. And, Holy Family's coach told me that they're really good at shooting threes. Can't leave them wide open like that.
And Mulholland unable to squeeze that rebound after the miss. So Rennie will inbound here for Maranatha. They get another crack at it.
See if they try to get McDonald the ball in the middle again. It's wide open. Here he comes. Oh, he's going to the top.
Rennie down the baseline. And a little floater there is short from Purnell. Hansen knifing to the middle, hangs in the air and scores.
Great body control. Very confident player.
15-point lead for the Fire.
The way Holy Family plays this defense, like I said earlier, they're kind of using analytics, right? They're saying, we're going to give you open shots in the middle that we think are very difficult to make. And you might make one occasionally, but you're not going to make them consistently.
Nice drive and dish and layup good by Ballantyne after the feed from Bluford.
I do like how MCA is not afraid to go inside and try to score, and they've had some success with that.
Rennie going to be called for the foul there. He read that well. They made him, stop and go the other way, and he thought he saw an opportunity, but he just got too much body in there.
It's hard to really pressure him. That's one of the things that is a key in this whole game is MCA, they turn over a lot of teams. They're not able to turn over Holy Family very much due to Hansen, and Hansen runs the show and he gets some great looks every time.
This time he almost turned it over.
Of course.
Richardson pressured there, but got it out. Now they go to Kapke. Little jump hook, and it's good.
That's a tough shot, a mid-range jump hook, but he made it look easy.
Almost threw that one into the backcourt, and we're going to get
Good
a push call. Yep. Cummings will be called for getting too much body there into Ballantyne.
Probably wouldn't have called it if it wasn't over and back if you would have pushed him, but you don't want to call over and back when you get pushed. Good pass.
McDonald will look to the corner and then at the edge of the lane. Oh, and there's Hansen jumping in for the steal.
Great anticipation.
And he'll get an easy 2 out of it. 14 now for Cole Hansen.
I thought MCA could have attacked the rim again like they did that one time. That's a flop.
Going to be an offensive foul call, though.
I don't think that's a good call.
Foul goes against McDonald, and that'll be his third. We did verify at halftime that was a double foul, that one situation there, and McDonald was one of the players who picked up a foul. And Mulholland, no good.
Tough way for McDonald to get his third foul.
And a pretty good grab on Mulholland's wrist when he tried to go up there, but now he'll take it in and is able to finish that one. And it's interesting because I think Coach Berger, he didn't complain that much about the first one. I think he wants Mulholland to have to learn to play through that a little bit.
I think you're right.
And a steal, but a foul call there going against Cummings.
Coach Berger generally, he doesn't get too angry with the refs. He's a pretty calm guy.
Ballantyne with it. Mustangs down big, but trying to get back
Great
in.
offense.
Short on the jumper, though, was Rennie. He's able to save it. Ballantyne launching. That one's no good. Mulholland had the rebound, then knocked away, but he picked it back up.
MCA really shared the ball. They got a great look. They just didn't knock it down.
Hansen was fouled as he brought it up court there. Tried to split between a couple of players, and foul call going to go. Let's see, looks like it'll be Isaiah Bluford who picked it up.
Hansen actually thrives with the pressure. Trying to deny Hansen from getting the ball back. That's another strategy to use.
Lob into Kapke here, and no good, but he was fouled. Going to get Isaiah Bluford, it looks like, as he picks up back-to-back fouls. They actually got him to a pretty tough angle there, but then a foul called.
Trying to deny Hansen the ball made him a little bit late on that weak side help. It was smart. They kind of overloaded that side with a box and 4 on one side, so you only got one person in the weak side help. And that's Hansen, so that's pretty tough to lay off him, but you got to play behind if you're going to do that.
20-point lead now for Holy Family, and Kapke makes a pair, so he's got 17.
I think the key to this game is Holy Family has really handled the pressure well, stayed calm, poised, and they get a good look almost every time.
Turnaround jumper wouldn't go for Matthew Bluford there. Oops, it slipped out of Hansen's hands, and Bluford up with the steal. And they're just having trouble buying a bucket now, but Bluford gets the put back. Mulholland had it knocked away, and the Mustangs able to get the turnover there. And layup is good for Purnell.
That's Maranatha's game. That's what they have to do. And sometimes when you pressure, it takes a while to start getting a run. We'll see if they can continue it.
Richardson switching to the left hand, no good. Mulholland rebounds and is fouled.
Holy Family does a good job planting themselves, the bigs planting themselves on the weak side glass and not following when they're getting the offensive rebound, using their height, just tipping the ball themselves.
Foul call went against Matthew Bluford as Mulholland makes the free throw. And it's a tough ask for the Maranatha. I mean, you're giving up so much size. They're battling hard. But difficult thing to just say, hey, you got to block him out and keep him off the glass when you're that much bigger.
Especially when you have two. I mean, most times a team only has one and you can do something about that. But when there's two bigs, that makes it really difficult.
Kapke hoping to intimidate that shot a little bit. Almost a nice make, though. Richardson going to Mulholland, and the double quickly comes, knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Holy Family. Cole Hansen, the inbound here. Again, Maranatha playing without two of their better players out with injury. Not making an excuse or anything, but just stating fact. Kapke hitting the side of the backboard. He thought he was pushed, but officials.
Good defense by Purnell there. Got real strong and did not give up the baseline.
Keep it rotating here, but no good out of the corner, but then kept alive for a moment, but it was out of bounds. Nice hands to knock it away by Bluford, but then out of bounds.
This 3-2 zone also gives up a lot of corner threes, and if you're not going to make them consistently, then it's going to be a long night generally. But if Holy Family runs into a team that can make those threes, including this team, then they might have to play some man defense, which I think would be challenging for them to play man defense here against MCA.
Inside to Kapke and short, but then it's out of bounds off Maranatha.
Nice high-low pass there from Mulholland. Got such a size advantage. He had two guys on him, and he still could throw it up to him, and he just went up and grabbed it.
Into Mulholland, briefly knocked loose, but he stays with it and scores.
And that just doesn't happen either. That's good coaching. That's skill work with the bigs, posting up, not pushing off, getting your hand up for a target, and being able to catch it with a lot of people all around you slapping at the ball.
And that'll be a blocking foul on Mulholland over in the corner. And there's the flip side of that. You're a big guy like that, trying to move your feet and guard as somebody drives past you.
Yeah, we did some 3-2 zone when I was coaching, and if you have those bigs trying to get them out there, like you said, that's a good way to attack. Just attack that closeout, and then you got an advantage. Coach Berger wants to do it because he's always going to have a big underneath when he does that.
Mulholland got a piece of that shot, it looked like, as Purnell tried the floater. Hansen drives, dishes, Kapke lays it in.
Hansen does a good job of using his body. He uses his off arm, and that time he didn't really push, but he just kind of uses it as a bumper. And you can tell he's been well schooled at that.
Rennie, the up and under, wouldn't go, and Kapke rebounds. Richardson thought about it. Mulholland, they keep it moving. Layup missed inside, but recovered though by Cummings. And then he'll score. He does the much harder shot.
A little tic-tac-toe there earlier. It was nice passing, but
this one really starting to get away from MCA, down by 25 now.
well, MCA, like you said, they're going to get another player back, and they're going to learn from this game. There's still a lot of time left in this game, but down 25. One thing you're going to
There's a look at Cummings. I think everybody kind of thought he was going to bring it back out, and then he realized he had a little room there to go back baseline.
Yeah, savvy play by him.
There's a look at the rankings in Class 2A, and of course the schools we cover primarily, not all, but primarily 4A, so we don't get to see a lot of the top 2A teams around. So it was a nice fit to get this one on our schedule. John Jacobson, hats off there, scheduling
Nice.
a good matchup as the Mustangs and Holy Family, although right now Holy Family in command at 66 41.
Maranatha beat number 5 Maple River, like I said earlier, and so they definitely have the firepower to do it. Tonight's not their night. They're going to have to learn from this game, but they're one of the top teams in the state. They've won 20 games already, so I look for them to use this game to learn, watch the film, maybe change their strategies a little, or just do what they want to do better.
And I think if you're the team that wins this matchup too, you don't want your kids getting overconfident. It doesn't mean if you play again 2 weeks later, especially on a neutral court or whatever, it doesn't mean it's going to be the same outcome. And you don't want your kids getting that in their head that, wow, we handled them once.
Yeah, if you play this game again, the next one you're going to remember a lot more than this game.
And then let's not forget Minneapolis North is in the mix as well. They are going to be tough to beat for either of these teams as well.
Yeah, with Ricky Davis, their new coach, they're doing really well.
Holland rebounds that miss. Now looking to lob it into Kapke, and he scores it.
Yeah, excellent high-low. Very unselfish, the fact that they look for each other like that.
Well, and I asked Coach Berg, how has that worked out to have those two guys playing together? And he said, well, there's a little runner by Purnell. He said, Kapke is just such a team-first kind of guy that he doesn't care who scores or what his stats are or anything. He's just looking to make their team better. And Mulholland, being new to the program, was welcomed in. Mulholland will shoot it up here, and he gets the bounce on a three.
Like we said in the pregame, Mulholland, I couldn't remember his name in the pregame, but he likes to play out in the wing and shoot threes. Very skilled player.
McDonald off target with that one as he'd been out for a little while.
That was a scouting report going in from coaches I talked to, is that MCA is not a great three-point shooting team. It kind of seems like they shot it pretty well in the first half, especially McDonald. But that's kind of coming to fruition in the second half.
Kapke swings it over. Richardson is wide open, but not able to get it to go. I guess he runs it down here for the Mustangs. I guess part of the MCA soccer team that was kind of a Cinderella story, made it to the state tournament this year.
Cool.
They didn't have a real strong record overall, but played well at section time. And we're going to get a foul call against Hansen out top there. Be his second. He and McDonald going at it a little bit. I think both teams' coaches right now are probably thinking it's not really going to be a benefit to us to get into that kind of stuff. I it's easier said than done. Little floater, no good.
Yeah, Hansen did the old Tyus Jones head snap there.
There's a three by Cummings. Holmgren got between the double team over to Lagasse. Layup's good and a foul. Looked like that possession was going nowhere, and all of a sudden they got it done.
Yeah, great play by Holmgren to penetrate the zone. He got through the double team. I was just going to say Holy Family's doing a nice job of getting their hands up, and sometimes the bounce pass is available when you do that. But first he had to break through that trap, and he did. Found the man wide open for a layup.
First bench points of the night right there for Maranatha. We said don't want to dwell on it too much, but they are short-handed with a couple of their guys out injured. And so not actually Holy Family has 0 bench points as well, though.
Yeah, Holy Family, the big three, it looks like get most of their points, and then the guys on the perimeter can hit open jumpers if they're open.
McDonald with the steal, and that'll be a goaltend.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, looks like Kapke got a piece of that one.
I think McDonald was thinking about throwing it down, and Kepke didn't want that. But it didn't look like he was just shooting a layup at the end.
(74-48). Hansen being hounded, but gets it into the front court.
Hansen's got all the dribbles.
Lob into Mulholland. Goes up, no good, but was fouled.
Hansen's got the retreat dribble. He's got the little crab dribble. Real low crossover, high crossover. It's fun to watch. put a lot of time into his game, you can tell.
Matthew Bluford called for the foul.
When I look at the schedule both teams played, one thing I will say, Holy Family, you know, they loaded up playing a lot of 4A teams and such. That definitely can help you. This will be actually help MCA a lot playing this team late in the season. I think for some of the teams I've seen them playing a little bit smaller schools and such, or Holy Family's playing above the 2A level during the regular season, it seems quite often.
Put some time back on the clock. We're not a big enough margin to have running time yet, so that you put that back. And I think it's interesting too, because sometimes, well, you would know better than I, but you know, you schedule out a year or two sometimes, and you don't always know, especially in these slightly smaller schools, you don't know exactly what you're going to have.
True.
In terms of who, you know, so who should we schedule in a non-conference? And there's been some coaching turnover as well.
Yeah, especially if you're a new coach, you take over, like you had nothing to say about the schedule. Someone else did that schedule for you before you got hired. Good point.
And that shot a little short. They get it out.
And I'm not saying they played a bad schedule. I mean, they beat up Maple River, and they played New Life Academy twice, who's a perennial power. They had a couple other good games on their schedule too.
77-48. Holy Family has dominated the second half and late in the first, in fact, as well.
And to your point, St. Croix Prep a few years ago was a dominant team in the state, and now St. Croix Prep, you know, they're having a tough year this year.
Rennie with the floater there for the Mustangs.
MCA's still playing hard. That's what the coach said they pride themselves in. Unselfish basketball, team basketball, and playing hard, but they're running into a buzzsaw tonight.
Mulholland buries the three for Holy Family. Here's McDonald going to the reverse. Got away from him there and then knocked away, and they'll get it back. Great hustle there by Isaiah Bluford. And then the reverse layup, good for Bailey McDonald. 21 in the game for McDonald. Richardson for the layup plus a foul. Purnell will pick up the foul for Maranatha.
I'm also impressed with Holy Family's conditioning. They don't seem to play a lot of guys, and they're going full speed, high pace. And they're probably going to score 100 points in this game, so they're definitely in good condition. As is Maranatha. Maranatha's playing at a fast pace as well.
Short on the free throw, but Hansen grabs the rebound. They'll get another crack. Kapke wants to shoot that three, and that one was wide left. Then Hansen up with the steal. Reverse layup is good and a foul.
Wow.
And the bench loved that one.
Yeah, Hansen might have committed a foul when he got that steal, a little body contact there, but no, he just got in good position. Yeah, that was a really good play, and wow, what a finish.
I didn't think he had enough reach to get all the way to the other side. If he didn't have that backspin, I don't think that would have went.
Yeah, he's a little English on that.
Hansen's free throw good. He has 17.
It was actually really good defense. He really squared his man up and forced the turnover.
McDonald from the top. They close down on him. Mustangs, a tough night. They're got to use it as a good learning experience, though. Rennie the miss, tap loose. Now Hansen, a run out again. Foul. Rennie.
Hard foul there, but I like how Hansen didn't get up in a huff. He just said, hey, you want to hard foul me? That's part of the game. It wasn't flagrant or anything like that. At the same time, I don't think MCA wanted him to get any free ice cream there, like my friend Frank Henches from Roosevelt used to say, no free ice cream.
Free throw is good. Hansen makes a pair here, so all fire right now, 87-52. Rennie weaving his way through the D, and they'll get a corner look out of it, and that is good for 3. McDonald.
We talked about these two teams meeting again in the playoffs, and if you're Holy Family, like you said, overconfidence is an issue, but another issue is if, Detrell McCrimmon, who's their point guard, comes in for MCA and he's 12 points a game, 5 assists, and he makes a difference, and all of a sudden it's a closer game because of that. And then you're like, man, we beat these guys by 30. All of a sudden this is a close game. You can, the nerves can hit you in a big playoff game like that. But Holy Family certainly looked the part of a state tournament team here to me today. They look awesome.
Cummings finishing that one. Here's McDonald down the baseline, a little too long with it. And Richardson rips down the rebound. Mulholland, they were closing in on him from behind. Now McDonald looking to run this one down, and will.
Great pass.
Over to Rennie, but he missed, and then his putback go is good. And layup at the other end, Cummings. A little track meet here back and forth.
That's it. Keep getting the ball in the middle there. Good inside out look.
Holmgren missing. Holy Family coming back the other way. Kapke looking for the lob. One hand try. Couldn't put it away.
Yeah, there's going to come a time here you don't want to get your stars hurt here, and you probably want to pull them from the game.
Kapke goes in and was fouled.
I think he's probably going to clear his bench after 2 crashes there. You don't want a guy getting an ankle here at this time in the season when you're up by almost 40 or 30 points. 34, running time now. Did my Robbinsdale math there, and I got 34.
That'll be the 5th foul, by the way, against Matthew Bluford, so he'll foul out with 6. And Lagasse coming back in for MCA. And Purnell coming in as well for the Mustangs. Mulholland will check out, probably for the night, I would think.
I would think so. Although we did that Brooklyn Center game, and the coach put all the starters back in for Cooper. Yeah, I mean, it's always that question when you're a coach and you're behind in a game like this, and they take their starters out. What do? Do you take yours out, or you try to make the score closer? Do you press them? Personally, I think if they take their starters out, you should take your starters out. That's just the way I look at it. But a lot of coaches, they want to just get some confidence to finish a game if they can with their players, and they haven't taken all their starters out.
Approaching 2.5 to go now, 93-57. Obviously, every game, starts out closer, but this one didn't have the feel that it was going to be like this for a good chunk of the first half anyway. I would have never guessed that this was going to turn into a rout.
No, I wouldn't have either. MCA was really playing well, got the ball where they wanted, created some turnovers. Another thing about Holy Family that they need to be concerned about is, if the point guard gets in foul trouble, because he's been the only point guard the whole game. He's not come out of the game.
There's Rennie up with the steal, and Hansen catches up and gets the block.
And so that'd be a strategy to try to get him into foul trouble if you could somehow.
Purnell has this one blocked by Dorr. Richardson, the trailer there, missed that one. And the Mustangs out of there with it. I guess he back out. Holmgren will shoot it and hit a 3.
Nice looking shot. Against this zone, they're going to need some of that too. Next time they play these guys.
Knocked away. It's going to be out of bounds off of Cummings of Holy Family. Brennan Bolig, number 10, checking in here for Fire. Under a minute to play now. Holy Family blowing past Maranatha here tonight. We get a foul called here against the Fire. Not yet in the bonus though, so we under 30 seconds to play. Door the rebound here. So an impressive win for Holy Family tonight. Their 21st of the year. Both teams were 20-2 coming in, but the visitors have gotten the best of things here tonight.
Holy Family not particularly deep, but they are very talented. Their big three is a legit big three.
So Holy Family will win it going away 93-60. Victory here tonight for Holy Family. As we said, 21st win of the season. And Maranatha, it'll sting for tonight for sure, but that's all part of it. A learning experience for them. And they may very well get another crack at Holy Family in the playoffs. We'll see. As we said, Section 5 pretty loaded at the top with these two and Minneapolis North as well. Well, hope you've enjoyed tonight's broadcast here, and safe travels. We've got quite a snowstorm coming in the way it sounds here. A lot of games being moved around already here early this week and for later the Wednesday, Thursday type games especially. Holy Family 93, Maranatha 60 is our final score here tonight. For Greg Miller and all of our CCX crew, I'm Jay Wilcox. Good night from Maranatha.